This is going to be the real Hey everybody, welcome to a new series on Gamer Book Club called Frenemies. I'm Carsten, this is Gracie. This is a video idea that she put together because we've been friends for a while and we have very different tastes in video games.
How long is a while?
10 years, 10 days?
10 years and 10 days?
Either 10 years or 10 days.
Oh, I thought you meant 10 years and 10 days.
It can only be one or the other.
Okay.
But basically we have very different tastes and we make fun of each other a lot for them because they go at odds.
Only one can be correct, and it's me.
And I don't really care what she thinks. She doesn't care what I think, but we will get mad at each other because I'll make fun of the games that she plays or things that she likes, and vice versa. Way more me than her. I like to make fun of her. It's easy
I
stuff.
don't think it's more you.
You don't
I
think?
think it's both.
Maybe.
I think you want to think that it's you.
Sure.
It's not.
Well, to me, in my head, what you play
In my
is
head,
such a
I'm
joke.
so much cooler than you are that I just
joke.
dunk on you constantly, and I'm just so much funnier and smarter than you are.
Yeah, sure. So, first episode of our show, Frenemies, we need to get a concept down first. So before we start really getting into these deep arguments,
What's our concept?
we got to just first talk about what the inspiration for this was, which really means talking about at the core what our tastes are. Now, Gracie's been on another episode of Gamer Book Club, Luigi's Mansion.
Loogie.
There's only been 3 episodes of Gamer Book Club to this point. What are we, 7 months in? But hey, it's always a process anyways.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly. There's going to be spurts of more. There's going to be spurts of less. That's just how it is. But I've always wanted to do in-person videos, and this is the very first one, actually. All of the rest have just been filmed on Discord or whatever it takes, Streamlabs, stuff like that. But I've wanted to introduce doing in person. She really thought that was funny. Do not step on the laptop.
You're Joe laughing.
I hear Joe laughing.
That's my real audience. Aww. If Arla had a taste in video games, what do you think it would be? Nice.
He's a hard ass, so probably the same as me.
Oh, yeah, my son. Yeah. No.
He's also his mother's son. Okay, and this is the only game she's ever played. Is Animal Crossing, basically. But we had to go to the core concept, which is talking about art before we can make fun of each other on deeper video game concepts and discussions. Like, what do you think about microtransactions? That's what everyone wants to talk about. No one ever talks about anything else.
It's a gaming podcast. You gotta talk about microtransactions.
But observing over the years, I've seen Gracie's tastes exist in a bubble, and she likes to stick to that bubble.
Absolutely.
And I respect that. I think most people do that.
Absolutely.
I do that as well. And
I feel like your taste in games is much broader than mine.
I would agree with you. I think you play more video games than the amount played, though.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
because I don't have time. No time.
I'm so
Actually,
busy.
is it?
I'm so important all the time.
It's 5:40. I have to stop at 5:40. We're really going off the deep end with this.
But yeah, I feel like my taste in games is definitely in a bubble, and I think I am proud of that.
Very quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
I have an intrinsic motivation, and I'm like, I want to play all the games, even though it might not even be something I actually want to. I feel like I have to try it. Like,
I don't feel that way at all.
I'm like, oh, I hear so many good things about Persona. I got to try that. And it's just like, I have to force myself to try it instead of wanting to try it. But I want to try it, but it's more like it could be something I like. You don't do that.
So whenever you say that you feel forced, so are you saying that you don't have an interest? Like sometimes you have an innate interest in a game and you're like, I have to play that. And then other times it's like hopping on the bandwagon. Like other people like this, so I might like this. I got to try it.
I maybe it's like I like video game history, like historian-esque things. So I'm like, I feel like to know everything going on, I want to try everything so I can better speak about it in a holistic point of view to really be like, well, at that time, you know, in 2017, we had the RPG Persona 5 releasing with a 3D platformer like Mario. And I was like, well, I want to play all those games so I can better speak to the time. And it's just like, I only do that for myself. It's not like I'm writing a book or anything. So, but in my head, I'm like, well, I have to try everything so I can speak better about it if I'm having a conversation with somebody. I don't know.
So it's like a knowledge thing. Like,
It's because I really like video games.
yeah.
But some of it isn't because I actually like playing them. And I admit that. A lot of it is like I want to know everything that I can.
So we're talking about what makes you choose a video game to play. I wanted to talk about what games you like. Not what you forced yourself to play, not what you were originally interested in, what you played and what you
The
liked.
thumbnail says cozy versus challenging. We have to give them what they want.
Exactly.
And we're not giving them what they want. Yes. The basis of
Thinks he's part of this.
we have an off-screen producer producing shit.
This is what he's producing.
What is he doing? He's not doing anything.
You said that he's the producer of this.
He's
Then
not
you said
he's not the producer of the
So
show.
This is shit.
He's not doing anything for us right now. He's doing something for me,
Okay.
not for you.
I understand.
Yes. If you saw the thumbnail, this is cozy versus challenging, challenging versus cozy, and we have to sit within that idea because that is what we always come at odds with. I make fun of Gracie because she, Spooky
Refuses.
Group, does not like difficult video games or even games that have a fail state.
Yes.
And why not? Why don't you like game? Why don't you like failing?
My cop-out answer is those aren't the kinds of games that I'm attracted to, like Fortnite, for example. Like, if I didn't know anyone else that played Fortnite, I would not be playing it because you lose so much.
But losing is what makes succeeding so much more special.
Is it special?
I think it is.
But like winning over other people, that's what you like, is to be better than other people?
There has to be something earned.
By the way, that was not a question for you to answer. I know the answer to that question.
There has to be something earned.
You want to earn something?
Yes. Completing a challenge.
I think I've earned the right to relax while I'm playing video games.
Is it because your work life is so stressful? No, seriously. Is it because your real life is so stressful that you're like, I just want to complete objectives that aren't difficult? It's just about go do the thing.
Because I am a weirdo for fetch
Kind of
quests.
weirdo.
No, like for fetch quests.
They're very popular.
A game with nothing but fetch quests, I'm in.
Fetch quests. Like,
Fetch
you literally you're okay going from
Literally.
point A to point B and then back to point A to give the item from B.
Yes.
And you're like, that's
This is
awesome.
Peak video game.
Even if nothing happens on the way there.
Factual.
Because, like, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, that is just it. But then point A, B turns into Z because you accomplished
Yes.
30 more. I like that.
I've noticed that a lot of my favorite games are mostly fetch quests. However, the games that I do like that do have a fail save, like for example, fail
State.
state.
You can lose.
Yes.
You can lose you can either lose progress,
No.
lose time, lose resources, lose something, lose the game. You have to start it over, something like that.
No.
Whether it be competitive online, single player. For me, there needs to be something to lose for there to be something to gain.
I think I'm gaining experience.
Then that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're wrong. Just joking. But that's fine. What do you like about failing?
Nothing. Why would I like anything about failing? Why would I like that? So you like failing?
Because there's something to
You
gain.
like
Yes.
losing.
I like a challenge because I overcome something and then I feel satisfied. Plus, I do feel satisfaction knowing, hey, I completed this challenge that a game developer put together, planned, designed, and I'm experiencing what they put together, which was a game, and I completed it, and it wasn't something that, anybody could do. You have to earn it by getting better at the game, understanding the level, understanding the game mechanics, and actually growing with the game. I am not interested in a game as much if you finish it the first time and it's just like New Super Mario Bros. In the DS. Like, there's no challenge. It's easy game. It's not as memorable as Super Mario World, and that game is not even very difficult. But there's just something more. There's something more there. It's finishing everything on that. It's just.
Is it more or is it different? Is it more?
It's more different.
Or is it different?
I don't know. So, what do you like about The Sims?
Nothing.
What do you get out of The Sims?
Nothing.
No. You like The Sims. I know that. What do you get? What does playing The Sims, do you know that you like about it?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
So, the way that I play The Sims and the way that I play pretty much any dollhouse simulator, which is what it's called, which is what the professionals call it.
That's what The Sims call
It's
it?
a dollhouse
When they write
simulator.
books and stuff like that about, the impact of The Sims, they call it a dollhouse simulator? Okay. That's why girls like it so
That's
much.
why girls like it.
Oh,
It's a
my
dollhouse,
God.
Yeah. Look at you learning.
Wow.
Okay.
So when I call it a girl game,
Factually.
no one can get mad at me now.
I'm called a generations player. There are different play styles for The Sims. And basically what I do.
There's no objective in The Sims,
there
though.
is.
Really?
Yes, there is.
No, there is?
Well, there are many objectives that you can choose from.
What is an objective in The Sims?
Like each different sim has their own. You're not listening at all. Why did you ask someone a question and then not listen to what they're saying?
I just thought you'd be able to think of one faster.
I whenever you ask someone a question, they have to think before they speak. Oh, you don't think before you speak? Oh, that's what I thought. Anyway.
So give me a Sims objective.
Okay, I'm trying to. Shit. So one of them is you have a bunch of people in your household and they all have their own different life goal. So someone wants to, have a big family, or someone wants to. Why are you laughing so hard? You're crying. You have tears in your eyes.
So funny. I was just thinking, give me an objective, and you couldn't. You're like,
I literally thought of it.
I'm
Okay.
listening. It's just funny.
I don't believe you at all. So each person in your house has a different life goal, right? Yours is to be better than everyone else that you ever speak to, right?
Mine?
Yes.
Personally? No.
Yes. So there are other.
I want to make a lot of money.
That's one of the goals.
Oh, okay.
There's one to make a lot of money, and there's one to have a big house with lots of shit in it.
So the people you control in this game have goals
Yes.
that are challenging.
Yes.
So you're okay if you're controlling people who have challenges.
I suppose.
That's interesting. It's interesting. And you kind of play God.
Yes.
Gotcha. So you get to make sure these people fail or not.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can give them different personalities, or I could, make you a sim and then drown you in a pool.
Do they have free will? I don't know shit about
It's a
The Sims,
setting.
really.
It's a setting.
Okay. Do you just kind of watch, or are you actively always doing something?
Actively always doing something.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure to feed them and stuff like that, and make
Absolutely.
sure they go to the bathroom.
You know this about The Sims. Why are you asking?
Because I just understand there's meters and stuff. But
So you knew that there were meters, and you're still asking me?
I'm asking what the mechanics add to the experience. These are real questions here. It's a real question.
Okay. Yeah, they fucking get in your way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to
So
do those too.
So there are is there ever a diner dash aspect to it where you're Darcy's, got a shit, and
Yeah,
so does
fucking Darcy, man.
Billy Bob also has to eat, and then someone else, and they all do it at the same time. Or you
Yes, actually,
Okay.
that's a big issue. That's why I usually have 2 fridges.
oh, Do you have multiple toilets?
Yep.
Okay.
Not in the same room. Multiple bathrooms, if you will.
So, like, I actually have nothing against these games. I just don't gravitate towards them. But
That's-
you only gravitate
Hey,
towards
Carsten,
them.
that's our premise.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I'm glad we're on the same page.
But you only gravitate towards them.
Yes.
Do you play, like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed? And you're like, this sucks.
I have. I don't necessarily make it the whole way through. Like, I'll try it.
Do you not like a game developer, like, set up a video game with, like, specific objectives? And you're like, no. You like to make your own fun. Is that it?
I do like to make my own fun.
Okay. I think we found the conceit here.
The conceit?
Yes.
You think I'm conceited?
No, it's the premise of the idea, a conceit. Yes. So part of the challenge I enjoy is a planned, developed experience by like professionals.
Okay. So do you like point and click games then?
They're not my favorite.
Really?
No.
That's like as set of a storyline as you can get.
I'm not talking about like a storyline. I mean like designing a game, like levels, but like that level will properly teach you how to play the game, and then will challenge you based on what it teaches you.
Okay.
So you'll get an item. I mean, these is like 101 kind of stuff with like a Zelda game. You go to a dungeon, you get an item. Well, first off, you enter the dungeon. You go, I don't know, fight a mid-boss. And then from the mid-boss, you get a new item. There's a door you couldn't go in earlier. Now you can go into that door because you have a new item. That new item gets you to a boss key. And then with that boss key, you open the main door. Now you get to fight the boss.
These are technically fetch quests.
Yeah, but you don't have like someone who's like, I'm Farmer Joe. There's no story behind it. The story is the dungeon, the character, the challenge is the story itself, but you're engrossed in it yourself.
Okay.
It's not like here's a few text bubbles that tell you what the story is, because Jim Bob is just always going to be Jim Bob needs 3 bales of hay. Go give me 3 bales of hay.
3 bales of hay and then come right back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like, Nintendo, like, I don't know, they set up a set game and I'm playing the game they developed, and that's like their artistic,
So you like
vision,
whenever it's
but through video games.
Okay.
And it's a set experience. But also there is that freedom, but I guess I like less freedom. I want freedom within a defined, developed world, and you like give me the whole keys, just set up the actual world for me and mechanics, and then I'll go from there. Okay.
I am trying to find our Venn diagram.
I like Animal Crossing. I don't know why. I don't even mind any of those games. I just
I feel like
lose
we both
interest.
also have outliers as well.
I think Stardew Valley can be challenging.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
So like that's like one of the ones where I'm like,
especially
how
'cause-
cozy is this?
Yeah. With Stardew Valley, it's crazy because you also have to have like a browser tab open to
I
like.
don't like games like that. Though.
Yeah.
The game should be
I can respect
made
people
well
who
enough.
Don't want that.
Like Minecraft back in like 2010, 11, if you bought Minecraft, you just got dropped in. It's like, what the hell do I do? You had to have a Minecraft wiki up if you wanted to know how to build anything.
Yeah.
Now, you go play Minecraft, they just tell you, oh, you have these materials, you can make this. That's a lot more user-friendly. But then there's also part of me where I'm like, oh, that kind of takes away some of that, like, but there really was no, oh, I discovered it. You looked it up on the internet. But now they just kind of do it for you, which I also get that. But it's just, I don't know. And Minecraft I like too, but I'm just not creative. So that's probably why I also don't like those games. I have no creativity. That's why I'd rather exist in what they're creating for me.
You pissed me off in Minecraft, man. Dude,
I make like 4x4 houses.
Yeah, we had this
Because I'm not creative.
We had this beautiful street where everybody had a house on the street, and like they were all so pretty. Like I think Luke's house had like 2 floors.
Who's Luke?
And, it had like 2 floors, and then my house, it had like this like cathedral ceiling, and like I think Tom even had like a castle. And then
Who's Tom?
he's one of our friends, and
He's been on the show.
he's been on the show. And your house, oh my god! And it was right like near the spawn point. You had to pass your house to get to everyone
What did
else's
it look
house.
like?
It was just like dirt, and I had to pass it all the time. You know
Oh,
what's so funny? You never got back on afterwards because you just like ran out of
I
ideas.
like
right?
Minecraft. I
Get
just
this.
don't.
I don't think you know this. I built you a house because I was so tired of
That is not
looking at
my
it.
house.
I built it around
It's not my
your
house.
house because I
Oh.
didn't have to look at it.
I have no but then I feel bad because then I go into
You
everyone else's
should.
house and I'm like, look at these great ideas, and then I go make a house and I'm like, my
What-
brain is
What
empty.
do I do?
No, seriously. And then I'm like, I just feel stupid, and I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I play Mario Maker. Oh, go make your own levels. I'm like, I feel stupid, and my
See,
levels
that one I
stink.
can't do.
My levels stink. I don't know. There's so many games now where you can make your own stuff, and they give you development tools. Basically, I never use them because my
you're-
brain doesn't work that way.
So you're not an open-ended guy or an essay guy. You're a multiple
I can write an essay, but I need to know what I need to write it about.
choice guy.
But I have to think about a concept, a topic. I mean,
Understand?
I did make this YouTube channel.
Look at you. Okay, Carsten. Go on, Carsten.
Oh, thank you. I think we're fine in here. Whenever they make a game, I like challenging games. If you see the thumbnail, Cuphead, Doom, those games are very much about, there's no exploration. It's like, we made you levels, we made you challenges. There are specific spots where things are going to happen. You're going to learn patterns. You're going to learn how things are happening within a boss fight, or I don't know. I just think about like developing, your skills and developing, getting better, and
Skill trees.
and not skill trees, I guess. I don't know. I just prefer that. Like Doom. It's like I keep losing on this Doom room. I keep losing on this Doom room. You want to show them to the audience? The 10 people that'll watch this?
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
He jumped on the laptop and stopped the recording for a second, I think.
Oop.
So let's talk about our outliers. What's your major outlier?
I would say the Fallout series,
Those are pretty
Would you?
open-ended. I don't like those games either because,
but you can lose.
yeah,
You
but
can lose. That gets frustrating as hell.
those Bethesda games are never made, so it's like, here, we're going to set you out in this world. Go do the main quest, because the main quest is like
Yeah, I know.
not
Yeah,
the reason you play the game.
Yeah.
And then I just like, I don't know, I lose it. So I've tried Skyrim and Fallout 3, and I'm just like not into it.
But like, what about Tears of the Kingdom? Because it's kind of similar.
But there are like objectives, but you choose whether you want to do them or not. But there is open-ended. You can build vehicles and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, I want to do all the shrines. Oh, I want to go all the light routes. Oh, I want to do all the main quests. And I have done all those things because it's like, I want to complete all those things because those are the designed parts of the game. And then I might dabble in doing a little bit of sandboxy kind of things. Mostly not though. I try.
By the way, so you're a puzzle guy.
I like puzzles.
That I
Those-
get so frustrated.
I
I
like puzzle games.
No, I don't.
Tetris is a puzzle game.
I don't consider that to be a puzzle game.
It's like the puzzle game.
Okay, well, I don't really know what to tell you. I don't like puzzle games.
Except for the
But
puzzle
you do, but you do, but you. I don't.
But you do. I don't like platformers, but you like Mario. I don't like platformers.
That's also true.
There you go. But no, I like puzzles a lot.
I can't stand.
It's like one of my favorite things to do in games.
I look up the answer every time.
What?
I get so
What's the
frustrated.
point?
That's what I'm asking.
I like
What is the
completing
point?
challenges. Oh, it's like my brain,
You don't think that like try in Stardew Valley, for example, like you have to find a significant other. You don't find it challenging that you have to find what their favorite thing is, and then
I
bring
didn't
it to
do
them
that.
all the time.
I didn't do that.
Oh.
I never got that far. I played it enough
Sorry.
where I worked on my farm or something. I don't know. I didn't do that.
And like
I
anything
did
with an
play
economy.
Harvest Moon enough once where,
I didn't like Harvest Moon.
oh my god, I played Harvest Moon on the Wii, one of the ones of the Wii, And first off, it took like 55 hours to get like 2 hearts on a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get a thing and give it to her every single day.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing here? Like, and it's like, this is the... I was like, what am I doing in this game? Like, I was just playing it with someone. Like, I was like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, whatever. I mean, it wasn't poorly made or anything like that, but that was a design experience. I'm like, this shit sucks. But I don't know. I just think we are finding something out here.
I agree.
I think we actually have uncovered.
Yeah, I think we have.
I think we have. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I want to try Cities XL, but I never do it.
What's that?
Isn't it like City Skylines?
City Skylines.
I think XL is a different one.
I have pretty much mastered SimCity 5, but I won't touch City Skylines. It is so much more detailed, in my opinion.
But like, do you play these games and start with an idea? Like, oh, this time I want to do this. I'm going to make a city with X, Y, or Z formulas and things and options or whatever. Like, is that why you like having different creative control? Like, you like doing different things?
SimCity specifically?
Or anything like Sims. Like, oh, this run I'm going to have a lesbian family or something.
Yeah.
Like, you like trying different things out.
I do.
Okay. And that's just the fun of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, for example, in Stardew Valley, there's different heart events. So once you get up to a specific heart level with any, person in the village, then you can get a cutscene.
Oh.
Learn more about them.
Look it up on the internet.
Look it up on the internet.
Just kidding. Do challenges.
No!
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
You don't actually think it's interesting. You're lying.
Why do you assume that I'm like...
It's not an assumption. It's an
not an
educated
assumption.
guess.
I thought I'd been pretty decently cordial this whole time.
Disagree.
Wow. She disagrees. What are they doing right now at City Folk? Are they doing a challenge?
They're,
Can you even see it?
They're,
They started it in the winter. You never want to start Animal Crossing in the winter. Yeah. So you start in the spring. Then you visit it again in Christmas or New Year's.
You play it for 9 months so that you get 3 out of the 4 seasons of fish and bugs, and then you get bored. That's what you do.
9 months. I don't know if I got 2 or 3 months out of New Horizons.
I got 9 months.
9 months. Wow. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was going to ask another question. We'll wait for it to come. You have no other questions for me? Oh, okay.
Oh, I have the first question that we were going to ask.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Why do you smell so bad?
Shit. Do you think if you play a game that you have to, like, you can fail, do you always choose the easiest option on difficulty?
I think it depends.
Do you think there should be, like, super easy, normal, hard, very hard, like impossible?
I think it depends.
Okay. Because most games nowadays have, like, options and, like, accessibility options where it's just like there are some games now where literally you basically just watch the cutscenes and then jump around and go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But it's not a cozy game. It is like you're doing it just because you want to watch the story.
What's that one, like True Colors something?
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, yeah.
Well, that's like kind of point and click, but like the new Psychonauts game, this is a 3D platformer. They have like a mode where you can't die at all. You pretty much are invincible. But like, what's the point of playing a 3D platformer if it's just like there's literally no challenge? You are literally just walking to talk to the next person or walking to the end of the level.
I did play Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby's not brain dead.
Yeah.
Though. But there's also like the fun I have in those games are doing the side option. Like each level in the new Kirby Forgotten Land has like the hidden objectives. I like going around the level and finding what those are. Because they put it together and I'm like, oh, let me go find them. They've set up this challenge for me. Yeah. But I'm a little frustrated because now they just have like Explorer mode or whatever mode in a game where it's just like you can basically just watch the game on YouTube if you really just want to know the story that bad. Like,
but why are you frustrated? If you still have an option in the list. pick
For
your
me?
option
No,
and
no.
shut up.
For me.
Yeah.
Why should I shut up?
Pick your option from the list and then shut up about the other options.
Because then what's the point of it being a video game if they put this thing together and then because there's this law that if you have an option to do something and it's something that's frustrating you and you can't overcome it, if it has that option, you are going to choose it. Like, there's like a broken game
path of
mechanic.
least resistance or something?
Yeah, there's like a broken game mechanic or something, and maybe you have this game has like an overpowered option. I don't know. You have like this super move that you can do at any time, and you're like, okay, well that makes the game too easy. But all you have to do is press Y to use it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like about to die, and like maybe you're doing a boss fight, and you're like, well, I'll beat it if I use that right now, even though you don't want to use it because you're thinking it's making the game too hard, too easy.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna use it.
Yeah.
But also, like, going back, it's like I think they designed and developed these things to be challenges to overcome and games to beat, and it's just like I think inherently there is something important about actually overcoming it. And it's just like I don't even see what the point of playing the game is, and it's just like, what's the point of even I think having that option is just like
I think
there's nothing to gain.
Yeah.
The game better have a great story because otherwise it's like, what are you getting out of this experience? Like, let's say it's like, I don't know, if Doom if Doom has no story, let's just like or Cuphead has like a mode that makes things a little simpler, but let's just say it was a mode where you hit the boss 3 times and you win. Like, what would be the point? There would be nothing.
But
from that experience,
with the difficulty settings and the accessibility settings, etc., are you frustrated with the players who are choosing that, or are you frustrated with the developers who are implementing that?
The developers. I understand accessibility from like we want everyone to be able to experience this, but there's also value in, hey, let me keep trying this over and over, because then you're going to establish a relationship with the game. Because if you really want to overcome it, you're going to keep playing it, and you're gonna. Maybe you get halfway there, and the next time there, you might get 3/4 there, and then maybe the next time you get 90% of the way there, and then you're going to keep trying, and then you establish a relationship with the game, you make memories with it, and you're going to look back at that game 6 months to 9 months later and actually remember it and remember your experience with it, and then maybe you'll want to play it again. But if someone, it's okay to have those options, I understand, but it's just like, sometimes I'm like, I feel like people who choose that are getting robbed of an experience where they're not just basically being led through it and said, hey, you know what, you played it, but basically you had your console on and you press buttons every now and then, but you didn't really have to. What did you lose? You didn't see game over one time.
I think I see where our paths diverge, and it is in where we find satisfaction within a game. For you, it's obviously the challenge and gaining experience and like experiencing something the way that it's meant to be experienced. And there's really only 1 or 2 ways that can be experienced. And there's only one ending, and you have to try and get there. But in my experience, the way that I find satisfaction is by building something from nothing.
There you go. I see that now.
So for example,
because then you see it.
Yeah, for example, in The Sims, you have one person and they have a shitty little house. So you have to go like find a wife. She has a job too. You guys, go to work and obviously like have children who have children who have children, and everyone's working. And then eventually you have this big, huge house and everybody lives in the house, and you're raising all these children and they all have like super happy lives.
And then you remember when I was at ground zero, no children. And then you're like, and I made it to here.
Yeah. And it's gotten to the point that I journal in The Sims.
That's awesome.
Like, and like it almost gets nostalgic in a way. Like I remember some of my founders, that's what they're called, is founders. Like I remember something. And I remember the families. And I remember what the house looks like. What?
Abraham Lincoln. He's a founder.
At one point, I did have twin boys and named one Abraham and one Lincoln.
I did not know that. So I that's good. You think that's fucking hilarious?
Our good name.
That is good. Lincoln.
Lincoln is a good name.
Stop. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That's what he's doing. He's not even doing. Stop. No, I see what you mean there. And I'm going to make a movie reference, and I actually like. I'm seeing what you mean now,
Oh, yeah.
because I think you see what I mean a little bit.
Yeah.
This is going to sound ridiculous. But when I first watched the Evil Dead trilogy, you're like, what the fuck is happening? It starts out,
It's your podcast.
and it's our podcast.
It's your channel.
Sure. Ash starts out with all of his friends, and they go visit out for a weekend in a cabin, and then all of his friends die, and then he has to kill his girlfriend, and then basically the movie ends, and he's the last one left, and he's like, wow, that fucking sucked. And then they go into something chases them, and then that's where the second movie starts, and then basically it happens again in the same house, and he's just going through all this crazy stuff. People are dying. He's meeting people. Every single person he meets dies, turns into a deadite, and he has to kill them. He chops his arm. He has to chop his hand off. His hand attacks him. He gets a shotgun on his hand. A chainsaw on his hand. And he's going through all this growth, and you're like, this guy who started out at the beginning of this first movie was like just this loser, like regular guy hanging out with people on the weekend. He's going through. By the end of the night, he's had to kill his girlfriend, all of his friends. He's meeting his rescue, like this like film team, and then this fucking like void comes, and he gets sent into medieval times with his car, and then he has to go save the day there.
Are you making this up?
No, he's fighting skeletons. I can't
I'm
believe.
like, are you trying to annoy me or something? Are you just making?
I'm going to some things.
Okay.
I'm listening.
He fights skeletons. He has to, make his way back to his regular life. He is just doing whatever he can to get back to his regular life. And now he's in medieval times, and he's doing Klaatu Verata Nicto. Huh?
I have a game for this.
And
Let me forget.
And, then he's fighting through it. And you're just like, God, I just want this guy to get back to where he was. But you're like, but look how far we've come. Look where he started. And it's just like, my goodness, over the course of 3 movies, this guy's gone through so much. And you're like, and it got built on it. And you saw the linear progression of it, but also just saw everything that happened in between. And you've been with him during the whole time. And the Ash at the end of Army of Darkness and Ash at the beginning of Evil Dead are 2 different characters, but you saw literally every moment that led to it, because those movies, they're sequels that just go right into the next one, and you're like, look what's been created here. So I know that was very roundabout, and then he does get back to his normal life, and then the Deadites come to his normal life, and you're just like, but he's equipped for it now, because look how far he's come. Look how much he's had to go through. It's just like when you start with a nothing in Minecraft and you build this whole town up, but there was adventures in between where you had to fight zombies to go get the diamond, and then maybe a creeper blew up your house, but there was progression there. And you know what? I totally get that.
Oh, you're done?
You thought I was fucking with you.
Sorry, I was just thinking of all the other fun things that I could be doing with my time.
I like Evil Dead. You had something to talk about. You said I have a.
Sorry.
You said I have a game for that. Let me go talk about what.
It's called Graveyard Keeper.
Oh, you wanted to do that in Gamer Book Club. Yeah. Well, we don't want to spoil it.
Maybe. It's also like $20, so who knows? But it's basically what you just said.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, it's just Evil Dead.
Basically.
Best Evil Dead game. So I think we understand each other a little bit better here. Not that I won't still make fun of you. Is there anything you still don't understand, or anything I still don't understand?
I understood.
Do you feel like yes? But I feel like this has created a foundation where we can then go into other conversations and make fun of each other, because then you'll talk about your favorite games that you've ever played. I'll talk about my favorite games I've ever played, and there will be no Venn diagram, guaranteed. Not even a little bit.
Not interested.
Yeah. But I think was there anything else you wanted to defend about your point?
Ben,
Cozy versus challenging.
Cozy versus challenging.
Yes.
I can see why people agree with you, but I do want to point out that the population of people who are interested in cozy games is growing exponentially.
It scares me.
It is.
It
scary
scares me.
How fast
Your tastes are being co-opted, being tokenized into marketing slang. All you have to do is watch a Nintendo Direct,
Absolutely.
and it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does work.
You are a product.
I am a product.
Yes. Sorry.
I am a sheep,
Yes. Yes.
and I am loving it.
Yes. Do you know why?
Why?
Because a lot of people like cozy games.
Yeah.
And there are people who couldn't be damned to do a chore in their own real life.
Couldn't give a fuck.
But they, God damn it, well, they'll do chores. They'll do chores in a video game. Meanwhile, I'm just joking. I feel like that's probably most people. They're like, I couldn't be damned to have a real job, but I'll play My Life at Portia or whatever, Portia.
My time in Portia.
Is that good? That's not good.
It's like a combination of Stardew Valley and Toontown.
Toontown?
Yeah.
Like
That's my experience with it.
with like turn-based combat?
No.
Okay.
Like the visuals are very Toontown.
Ah. Interesting.
So I didn't like it.
Okay. My time at Portia.
And that's another thing that I want to talk about is that the art style and the time at which it came out are also important to me. And I feel like for us, those are still opposites to where you're still talking about like retro games, and developing this knowledge base of, retro games, playing them over and over again every single year. Meanwhile, I don't like retro games. Almost all of the games.
There's
that I
not
have
cozy games or something that you couldn't really do as well back then. So,
Yeah, like almost all of the games that I played in 2022 and 2023 both came out like less than a year or two.
yeah, I don't do that
Yeah.
unless it's on Game Pass. And usually I have to have like a reason where I was like, oh, I'll try that out.
It's also a big financial commitment.
That's why I just do Game Pass. But are you afraid about, it sounds silly, are you afraid about it getting very popular?
No.
Okay.
No, I think it's a great thing.
I would be a little wary because whatever becomes the most popular genre is what the
Just gets
corporations.
Bastardized.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
So you're going to have EA and Activision and whatever making your cozy games, and they're going to be like, hey, you could do this for 3 more days, or we could just we'll give you this token that you can spend $4 on that'll let you do it even better.
Yeah.
And
I'm already seeing.
really, like how so?
Like it's creeping in there with like DLC at the moment.
Like The Sims probably does that, right?
Oh my god.
Where they're like, oh, you could
Worse
play
than
this game. Do
everyone
they do
else.
like, you could play this game better if you
Yes.
pay?
Yes.
Really?
Honestly, at this point,
What can you do
oh my
better in
God,
these
you-
games?
You have no idea. It's like Sims 4
Digging in.
it-
We're
it-
digging in.
at launch it was $60. Guess how much money
$70. It was $70.
70?
Yes. I
It's
remember it
still
being
$70.
$70 when it
It's
came out.
Still
And that was
launch price.
2015, 2014.
A, it's still launch price, and B, there's expansion packs.
Producer Joe says Sims 4 is free.
Oh, I forgot. It for the longest time it was launch price. Okay, but there's like expansion packs. I think at the moment, if you were to buy every single expansion pack for The Sims 4, it is like over $1,000, and people pay that.
So that's
People
just like
pay that
game
money.
content, right? Is there any like mechanics that they'll give you that you have to pay for? Okay, that's just stupid.
Yeah, like it's just ridiculous. And this entire time, there haven't been babies. Like
Ever.
there's like babies and toddlers, but like the what's it called? What's between baby and toddler?
Nothing.
Well, there's baby gameplay now.
Babies turn into toddlers.
I understand, but like babies.
I don't think you
babies
do.
For the longest time, babies for the longest time, it was like I just want to fucking skip this because there's nothing to do. You just feed it.
There's probably a lot to do in real life.
Yeah. It's like the worst part. But yeah, it's expensive.
So newer games are doing that? Okay.
Absolutely.
So like a game will come out, new cozy game, $40. but then there'll be like, you could spend $5. Like, what if there was like okay, well, if you spend some money, you could redo your day if you accidentally fucked up on a day or something. Like, I'm trying to think of ways they can introduce. Do you think people would do that?
I think some people would.
Like, oh, if you have a certain amount of tokens, you could play the game for 100 hours and earn 3, or you can just spend $5 and get 3 right now, and you could use 3 tokens to restart your day in case you fucked it up, or else.
Also, like outfits. Like, if you could spend more money to have like your Mii on a Wii, have more like hair and like clothing, different facial features, would you pay for that?
Oh no, me no.
Exactly.
At least that's just like cosmetic. I just hope that as those get more popular, they don't like totally change the bones of what makes these games enjoyable to you. Like, they take stuff away, and like, like they sell it for $40, but really, if you really want to play it the way you want to play it, it's really going to cost like $70 because they took it away, and I don't know that happens a lot. So I'm just like, as it gets more popular, they're going to be like, how do we get people to, so I don't know if those games can become servicey, but
sometimes, yeah, definitely.
They're like, oh, in 3 months we're gonna have the next wave, and that'll be $20, and it'll have all this content.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing: New Horizons mostly just had free updates, but yeah, that's the only reason I was like, are you afraid about it getting more popular? Because the only thing about it getting more popular is I think, okay, now they have a consumer base. The consumer base is really just a fandom, whatever. But it's like, okay, consumer base. So like, how do we make more money?
I figured that you were just scared of women enjoying things and having a good time.
That's not it. No, you're trying to put that on me. But I'm asking real questions.
Getting down to the beat.
Yes, because when I play a 2D platformer, for the most part, I don't know what they could do other than they sold me the game. Just play indie games, kids. That's what I'm saying.
The ones that I play are indie games.
I like indie games.
So look at us.
Look at us.
But no.
I hate major corporations. I hate paying taxes. I hate the government.
Oh my god.
Do you like those things?
I'm talking about video.
Do you hate those things? Just joking.
In video games?
I do pay taxes. I just don't like.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Why would you say that you don't and then say that you do? You
never
obviously
said
don't.
I just said I don't like doing it.
Oh.
I thought maybe I did. I'm on a list now. Mention Fred. Like Fred.
I don't know if Fred's gonna want to watch this episode.
Fred the YouTuber. Oh, Fred.
Yeah.
No. Oh, sorry. To me, he's Fred. We call him Freddy. Freddy. Yeah. Well, like my brain was like, Fred.
You forgot about him?
How you doing, Fred? Fred did not make it far.
He forgot all about him. How could you forget?
How could you forget, Joe? But I think that's a solid base to go off of. We understand each other better, and I'm still going to do what I do, and you're going to keep doing what you do, but that's okay.
You're still going to be an idiot every step of the way.
Yeah. Let's make a show. I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to say you're sexist. I'm going to say that you don't listen to anybody.
Can I tell you something?
If this wasn't being recorded, I would have said way worse things.
You're just okay.
Girl game.
Good.
It's a girl game. Cozy games mean girl game.
They are.
Girl game. But I can't say that.
Men just like to be angry.
Watch the Barbie movie.
I'm playing this hard game. Let me be angry. I want to be angry.
The angry video game nerd. That's me. Okay, everybody. Well, you said we had other questions? You said we had other questions.
Thank you for watching.
Do we have other questions?
Did you look at the outline?
Why does Carsten smell? I don't know.
That's an excellent question.
I don't know. Fuck that. You know what we're going to do? I have a Darth Maul figure here from 2005 from Burger King.
Thank you so much for watching.
I'm going to light up the camera.
So much for liking,
you're going to be able to see the picture.
Commenting, and tune in for next time when Carsten grows a backbone and says something nice to someone. That'll be nice. I'm a mean lady. What can I say?
Are you ready for cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-chingery?
What's that?
Ching, cha-ching, cha-chingery.
What's that?
Mr. Krabs sings it in SpongeBob.
Oh, sorry. So what's our intro?
I forgot I didn't turn the AC off. That's producer Joe. Hot shot. He's producing shit.
Acknowledge
We
me.
shouldn't have acknowledged him. You're right. Keep going. We'll just come off
What
of
was
that.
I even saying? Joe just ruined the entire
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
podcast.
The flow of the conversation's dead.
What was I saying?
That's fine.
No.
No! Oh my god!
He didn't stop it, did he?
Do some bloopers.
See him.
Joe wants to walk through again.
Like New Super Mario Bros. For the DS.
In the middle of him talking.
I was gonna ignore it.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. Mayo for Joe. Or Mayo for Sam. I don't know why I said that.
Let's go, Brandon.
Jesus Christ. Stop talking.
Stop.
Sorry.
You're not part
I
of it.
didn't mean to do it. So
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. You're not part of this. Hey, Joe. You're being left out on purpose.
it's because no one can hear you. That's the reason.
Nobody can hear you.